Hi everybody, it's Donna. How are you? And good Sunday morning to everyone. We're going to make this card today. I'm sorry I haven't been here in a few days. We are planning a benefit for one of the employees here in our community. Kind of a sad story. She's a single mother of two teenage boys, and her older daughter, who's 26 and very healthy up until just a few weeks ago, developed a bacterial infection which has pretty much destroyed her body. She's now in hospice, and so it's really quite a sad thing. And she's a working mother, works 2 jobs 7 days a week in order to support herself and her boys. So she hasn't been able to work. She doesn't want to leave her daughter. So we're going to have a fundraiser next Tuesday, and I've been making stuff for the fundraiser. I've been doing some burlap wreaths, but I thought I'd get back to a card and make you all a card today before I go to the store and buy more stuff to make another wreath. So this is the card we're going to make today. With the holidays coming, I thought it was kind of an apropos, although it does not need to be used for Christmas, can be used for birthdays, anniversaries, or any other time you want to do a gift. It's a regular A2 size card, as you can see, and the difference is that in the front of it, there is a gift card holder, my gift card look-alike, and it really works out well. And it's all done with just the folding of the paper, and I'll show you how to put it together. It's going to start with an 8.5 by 11 inch piece of paper, and we're going to leave 11 inches and cut the other one to 7 1/4. And this cutter is a little difficult. It's right in a little curve there, but you can pretty much guesstimate where it is. Okay. And then what we're going to do is take the 11-inch side and score it at the 5 1/2, which is going to give us our 5 1/2 inch card. Okay, then we'll turn it. Now we're going to cut half of this, and depending on how comfortable you are with making your cut go right along a score line, you can do it one of 2 ways. You can score it all the way down at 3 inches. We're going to be scoring at 3, and score it all the way down 3 inches. Or you can score it, as I'm going to do, just halfway till it intersects with that other score line. Okay? Now I'm going to take my cutter, and I'm going to put the score line that I just made on the bottom of my cutter and line it right up where the blade would cut. Okay, making sure it's nice and straight. And of course you can be lining it up on the 3-inch mark over here too, so you should be double checking yourself. I'm going to take the blade and I'm going to cut just to the halfway point. And you know that the halfway point is right where this little nubby arrow comes out. Okay? Now that's all the cutting we need to do. Let's fold on our lines. And I'm going to try to keep the edges straight as I fold. Okay, so now we have this. We have 2 wide sections. These are actually 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and 2 smaller sections, which are 3 by 5 1/2. We're going to take the bottom left-hand section, and we're going to fold it backwards underneath, lining up the edges. Alright, then the top left-hand section, we're going to fold it forward. And I just get another little crease. Okay, then this section will fold down, like so. And this will make your gift card holder. And then the card will open like so. Okay, I'm going to fold it one more time. We have the 4 sections. I have the cut area on my left. The bottom one goes under the bottom. The top one goes over the top. And then this one will fold down to make your gift card section. Alright, that's all there is to it. The first thing we're going to do, we can leave this piece underneath because we're not decorating any of that right now. But the first part we're going to decorate is this bottom section. Now you don't need to have too big of a piece of paper because you see this is coming down over it. So I've cut some mats here. And the first mat for the bottom here is 5 3/8 by 2. So we'll put that on. And I happen to have a piece of double-sided paper, one of about 2 pieces I have left out of a Christmas stack that was Graphic 45 towards the night before Christmas that I'd made a photo album out of. And you don't have to use double-sided paper because you're only using one piece at a time, so you certainly can use any pretty patterned paper that you'd like. I got glue on me. Okay, now a little hint here. This is going to fold down like this. This piece of pattern paper is going to go on the top of it. When it's up, you see, it's the piece that's underneath here, okay? It's the underneath piece. But we're going to put this on first, and I'll show you why. So you want to fold this down as if you're going to fold your card, and we're going to decorate the top of it before we do any gluing closed. And I'm using the Art Glitter Glue. With the special tip, which is very well needed. And I'm just going to open it up so it's easier for me to put this down if it's flat. Okay, now the reason we decorated this first is because I'm going to use my punch to punch out a little thumb hole on the end where the gift card will go in so that you know to reach in and get out the card. And my punch does not like to go through 2 pieces of paper very well. It's getting old. So, but it did. Okay, so now we have this card that looks like this, and this is decorated. Now we're going to put our gift card in. Let me get my gift card back out of here. What you're going to do is you're going to line it up right with the edge of your card. Alright? And you've got to make a stop in here so that the gift card just doesn't disappear inside of the card. So I'm going to take a little bead of glue and I'm just going to run it right along here. Then I'm going to run a bead, and we want to keep as close to the top as possible because we're trying to give enough of a pocket for the card. And the other one, I can take the card out. It's going to go right along the fold line. Okay, so you've created a little glue pocket for your card. Alright, so now we'll put this down. And we'll give this just a few minutes to dry before we stick the card back in it. At this point you can do whatever you'd like for decorating the front. I'm going to try to, not the orange one, I don't want the orange one. I'll try a red one. I think I have a red one out here. Yes, I have a piece of red ribbon. I'm just going to run that along the bottom. I have a too short of a piece to make a bow this time. So I think I will just run it like this, and I can always add a bow to the top. Wait a minute, I might have a longer piece here. Okay, so I think I can make a bow. Of course, who's to say I can make a bow? What I'm going to do is use my cheater method. If you haven't seen my cheater method, I make the bow or the knot or whatever it is I'm making on this acrylic block, because I can be very tight with it. And I don't really have enough for a bow, so I'm just going to make a nice flat knot. Okay, then you take this, and I'm going to have it on one side, so I'm going to cut it about over here. I'm going to put a little bit of ATG on the back of this. Pull that over, bring it over, nice and tight. This way you can get them nice and tight on your card. And I'll just trim off the ends of that. And we'll trim off the ends here. Alright, so now what we're going to do is and I still could get that a little tighter. I think what I will do is put a glue dot underneath that. I don't have them out, just a second. I think I got the medium one, so I'm going to roll it off the paper. There we go. And I'll roll it down there. There, okay, that's better. But now what I'm going to do is to glue this. And I'm going to, you can glue it, or I think I'll just use the ATG for this one, because now you've got the ribbon on and the other part is dry. This is just going to be fastened down. Okay, so now you have your card fastened down, and your gift card should fit right in this little slot. She says laughingly. And I know one thing I've got to do is I have got to move this ribbon down. Hold 1 second. There we go. Let's see if I can move this down. What to remember is you want to get that ribbon as close to the bottom as possible, because then it gives you room to slide your card in. There you go. No problem. There you go. So now you have your gift card in the front. The card opens up, and in the inside, we'll put a couple of mats. This mat is cut at 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And then we have a white mat. And the white mat is cut at 5 by 4. And then you can add more sentiment inside. Now for the outside, I have a stamp that says Merry Christmas, and I'm going to use a Colorbox pigment stamp in cranberry. And to that, I'm going to add some clear embossing powder. Okay. And this is a Recollections Clear embossing powder. And a little noise here for a second. We'll emboss this. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is just take my cutter and trim this. I'll get this out of the way. Here we are. And I'll trim it down, and I'm going to trim it very close to the stamping, because I don't have too big of an area that I can put it on the card. And what I'm going to do is to add this to a piece of the burgundy. And the cardstock is all Recollect. The white is the Walmart brand, and the rest of it are Recollections. Just give myself a little border. It gives me a little bit of accents. And then we'll just cut that out. So actually I can't give you a measurement on this one because it just will depend on the size of whatever stamp it is that you're using. And one more time, we'll put some glue on this. And we'll add it right down here. And there you go. Here's the other one I made earlier. Really easy, just in the folding, and you end up with a nice card that you can then put your additional sentiment on the inside and sign it, and you have a gift card holder in the front of the card. There you go. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you again. Now off to the store to buy more burlap. See you later. Bye-bye.